Afternoon, guys. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, back down here at the Pathfinder Outfitters Kitchen at the Pathfinder classroom here at the school. What I thought we'd do today is make some pan-fried catfish and some homemade hush puppies, and then we'll make some tartar sauce from scratch as well to go with it. So stay with me. We got a lot to do. Okay. First thing we're going to do is make some Hushpuppy batter here. So we're going to take some cornmeal, and we're going to take 1, 2, 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to take some regular flour here. One, 2, 3/4 of a cup. To that, we're going to add about a teaspoon of sugar. We're going to add about a tablespoon and a little more of baking powder. This onion powder is being a little contrary, but we're going to put a teaspoon of onion powder in here. A teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of ground pepper mix, and a teaspoon of seasoned salt. All right, now we're going to whisk them all up. Okay. I'm going to kind of mix that up. Yeah, I make a mess when I cook for sure. To that, we're going to add 1 large egg. We're going to make a cup of buttermilk real quick. We're going to put a cup of milk in a cup measure, maybe just a little bit less. And we're going to add some lemon to that, create a buttermilk. Close enough for government work. Now we're going to make us a batter. Now I'm going to stir this down a little bit to get kind of a batter going here. But I've got one more ingredient I want to add into this before it's over with. And if this looks a little lumpy, like lumpy batter, that's okay, that's what we want. But we don't want it so thick it looks like bread dough either. So if it starts to look like it's a little bit thick, just add a shade of milk in there and don't worry about it. It's about consistency with stuff. A lot of times more than it is exact measurement. You got to do some of this stuff by eye. Okay, it's not too shabby. Now what I want to do with this is I want to cut some butter in here. So I'm going to take cold butter, and I'm not going to use too much. But I'm going to take a grater, I'm going to grate some cold butter in here. Just a couple of tablespoons. Just like that. That's enough. Set this aside, and now I'm going to use a pastry cutter to cut that in. And that's going to give us what we need for a Hushpuppy batter. All right, so here's a quick trick. I've got to melt some butter for my dredge for my catfish over here for the breading. And I've already got some oil on over here for the catfish and for the hush puppies. So I just set this cup down in this hot oil that's already preheating to melt that butter. So I don't have to have another burner or set something else up. I'm just going to use that existing hot oil to melt that butter to pour it into my basic coating or my wash for my catfish. Okay, now we got to deal with the catfish. So, a couple things. First of all, I'm going to take about a cup of cornmeal here. put it in here, and that's going to be our dredge. We'll mix some spices in that directly here. All right, to this, I'm going to add a good ample helping of black pepper here. Remember, if I can't see it, it ain't enough. So I'm putting a load in there. Some garlic powder and some onion powder. This is teaspoon, tablespoon-ish of each one of these. Okay. And this one, we're just going to use some milk, about a cup, and some melted butter. We'll take that melted butter and let it cool down for just a minute before we put it in the milk. Okay. Now, we'll take our butter and add it to our milk. Mix that around a little bit in there. Okay, now we'll just stir up this breading really good, whisk it together. Call that good. Take a catfish fillet and dunk it in that milk and butter. Pull him out of there and shake him off. Get him in this thing here and get him breaded up really good. Make sure we get him coated real nice. I want to take him straight from here to the oil. All right, drop that bad boy in. While that thing's getting done on that side, we'll get our other two through the dredging process. Then we'll start making hush puppies. While that catfish is going, get a couple hush puppies in here. Right. Fish is starting to dance there a little bit. Starting to fall apart. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Man, that looks good. Thing's perfect. Just falling apart, man. Man, look at that. Golly, that thing is perfect. Look at that. It's just falling apart, man. Money. Okay, last thing we want to do is we want to make some tartar sauce. So we're going to take some pickles here. These are like sandwich pickles. So they're already sliced up. And we're just going to really kind of dice them down. Dice them down just a little bit more, just like that. And we're going to put those in a bowl here. Now, to that bowl, we're going to add just a little bit of dill, actual dried dill, just a little bit of pepper, and some mayonnaise. I'm going to mix that around in there real good. Get that Dukes in there good, mixed in there real good with all that pickles. Now, one thing that I like to do with this is I'll take a little sneaky freak here and I'll throw just a little bit of that pickle juice in there. Stir that in. That dill is really what makes that tartar sauce awesome. Okay, well, here we are kind of down to the taste test. We got a plate, we got a fork. Ain't gonna need much else. We got some nice Mr. Cola, cane cola here. Yeah, pure cane sugar for sure in that, dude. Let's get us a couple pieces of this catfish. Man, that thing's falling apart in my fingers. Holy cow, that's good. Guaranteed. We got a little bit of tartar sauce on a fork here. Let's go over here and drill a little bit of that on here. Just like that. Let's try the catfish first. How about that? All right, let's try this catfish, see what we got here. Man, oh man. Oh cow. Wow. That is freaking better than good. That is awesome. Man. Holy cow. I could eat that all day long. I could eat that. I ain't even touched the hush puppy yet. Look at that. Dip him in the tartar sauce a little bit too. Man. Golly. I'm almost ashamed to sit there and just by myself. I think Zon was up the top. I haven't seen him come down. He needs to come down and get some of this, boy. Woo-wee, man. I have to leave some out for him. Golly. It's so good. I can't tell you how good that is. Man. Holy crap. Listen, guys, I appreciate you joining me for this video. It might have been a little bit on the hectic side, trying to cook two things and prepare a sauce and all that at one time. But because I did it in pretty quick time today, I have ended up getting tied up on something early today. I really wanted to get this video out tonight. It's already 4:20. If I get this thing released by 6 o'clock, it'll be a miracle. If I don't, it'll go up tomorrow night. Just so we're on the same page. Today's Wednesday. Just to answer a couple quick questions. The 10-inch skillet that I used in the last video, that's a 2023 release. I'm just testing the crap out of the prototype right now before we turn on the production. It'll be 2023 before we get that thing in stock. So I wanted to get that answer out there for you guys. Listen, a lot of this stuff, the recipes, the exact recipes for a lot of this stuff are on my Patreon page. Go there, check it out. If you feel like supporting me on Patreon, you can get a lot of these direct recipes that will list all the ingredients, how much of everything. Because sometimes I get in a hurry, and sometimes you don't hear it all. I understand that. But I do the best I can do for you guys here on YouTube. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your views. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.